Hunt 41 is a celebration of American waterfowl hunting. The 41 species of ducks and geese are the roadmap for us to tell the stories of the various regions, styles of hunting, and most importantly, the people that are representing this great pursuit of ours. This is the original series, The Chase for the 41.
In the heart of America, where the mighty Chesapeake Bay meets the rolling fields of Maryland, there's a story as old as the tides themselves. This is the Old Line State, born tough in the heat of the Revolution, and shaped by hardworking folks who tamed the land and the water. But come fall, when the leaves turn and the wind bites sharp off the Atlantic, it's the call of the wild ducks and geese that stirs the soul of every true Marylander. This is Hunt 41, and this is American waterfowl.
This year we've had a few select decent days, but yeah, I mean, today you really can't ask for any better weather conditions.
Up there in the upper reaches of Maryland's portion of the Big Bay, where the mighty Susquehanna River's silt meets the song.
Just getting pushing a little further out with the tide and the northwest wind, to be able to hunt a little bit further out than normally. Hey, how much further on you got as far as pushing out?
You'll find these flats stretching out like a shallow platter, sometimes so thin you could wade across them with hip boots on a low tide.
Today we're going to be running in a swan rig. Everyone will be wearing white jackets behind a white silhouette of a swan, and we're going to be in about 5 dozen swan decoys. This is the first really good weather that we've had so far for the year. There you go, high flyers up above behind us. Some of the things to keep in mind is if birds are working and like swing around us, you can also pivot with them, right? Somebody on like the wings, I'll just say like left wing, and then you guys pivot, but keep an eye on them. Legal shoot here, we're getting first light. Nice overcast, some good fog. Really looking forward to it, and just happy to have you guys out here enjoying it.
It's prime real estate for the birds. Canvasbacks, redheads, mallards, and scaup by the thousands, dropping in come fall like feathered freight trains on the wing. It was the 1800s when things really heated up. That's the golden age of market hunting on the Platte. The canvasback was the prize. Tender as a debutante's blush, they called it. Worth top dollar on the half shell. Sink boxes bobbed out there too.
How long have you been working here?
32 years at Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum. I couldn't think of a better place to be and a better thing to do. We are at Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum in St. Michael's in the new Welcome Center, our new watercraft exhibition, Waterlines. You know, looking right behind me, there's a white boat here. This was for hunting on the Susquehanna Flats. How would you hide in something that's painted white and stands this high above the water? Well, in the wintertime, Susquehanna Flats at times will freeze up. And Susquehanna River will freeze up. The ice gorge breaks and it breaks up into ice flows. Piles of what had been flat ice, and then just drifts through where the water slows down on the Susquehanna Flats, which is where the ducks were feeding. In the wintertime, when the canvasback are migrating through here, this is ideal hunting. So the idea here was make the boat look like an ice flow. It is, if you will, a predecessor to what gave way ultimately to bodybooting, hiding out there on the flats in the middle of the water.
10 greater bluebill. The graders are a good sign, and let us know that things are definitely starting to work down this way.
Over here I have a model of a sink box, as they called them. Sink box, sink boat, essentially, and the full-size version. And the sink box, as its name applies, is sunk down to be level with the water. It's gotten a certain amount of buoyancy to it, so you needed to actually deliberately weight it down to get it down even with the surface of the water. And some of those weights were in the form of decoys, or if you will, decoys with the bottoms sawn off.
And every sink box had to have cast iron ducts to sit on the wings for, to keep it looking like flat water and to keep control and keep you dry in there. So this is a 30-pound cast iron sink box decoy that would have been used somewhere in the Chesapeake Bay. But this is the only one I've ever seen where somebody actually made it to hold shotgun shells on top of the sink box. Welcome to our St. Michael's, Maryland office, warehouse, and gallery. It's not a work. So this is our working warehouse. Here we have an inventory of things that are coming up in the sale. Maybe they didn't make the gallery for display, but we've got the April auction in this row. We've got stuff that's going in the gun auction, our weekly online auctions, which are again on their own app, Guyette and Dieter. And that business is run by Cooper Rosner. And Cooper's a carver, a hunter, a history graduate, was a history teacher at one time, retired history teacher. So Cooper runs this business that sells 70 items a week. It's an awesome place with good photos and guaranteed condition reports. See that it has yellowed from a coat of... I'm going to start here, and I can see that this coat of varnish is protecting pretty much everything. And it's like, well, I look at that bill, I can see there's a disruption in that coat of varnish on this side of the bill. Anytime we, get to something and we need to know a little bit more about the structural condition of a decoy, we can take an x-ray. So now we'll take an x-ray. Like I see along this edge, there's something here which is probably a putty or wood filler that's been put in. So maybe there was a rough area on the side of the bill, a puppy chew or something that was missing, but we can see where there's a non-wood substance here. There's no wood grain.
So there's a duck that we suspected a tail repair done. You shoot it looking straight down, and like I said, when it's obvious, it's obvious. You see non-wood of filler.
It just takes you down a path, this decoy collecting, because it's, in the duck season, we're all hunting ducks and we're all focused on that. But when that's over, the decoys can be an extension of those feelings and that fun and that collecting. And I think it's a bond that keeps a whole lot of us in the U.S. together and talking to each other and showing up at the same places and hunting together. And I've found that decoy collectors have become my closest friends in life. When I say decoy collecting will change the course that you follow, it's actually true.
What's that boat?
At one time, back in the 50s, there was probably 4 or 5 of these here in this bay right here. Through bad nesting, they even stopped the canvasback for, 5 or 6 years. That was back in the 80s, maybe, something like that. Dorchester County. That's Talbot County over there, where John lives. But John lives probably, what, 30 miles up from there or something like that. Like right now, that flock is nothing compared to what usually is here. Well, Chrysler had that. He never shot this shoreline. So these birds were imprinted to stay there. This is a lee shore for hard northwest wind when it's cold. And there'd be 5 to 8, 10,000 birds over there against that shore because nobody shot it. End of this week, maybe. That's the day that the pelican came in to the decoys.
You caught some of these decoys, huh? And the one that in the other room.
I did those. Those are oversized mallard decoys, cork. I've used those. They're a pair of gold swallows. I think the history itself is like the Chryslers and the DuPonts and how good it was, because I grew up diver hunting. They really didn't shoot pond ducks much at all. I was always here. I had senators and stuff like that. They had some really good farms in this county. And we go shoot geese there because we didn't have geese, but they had, this is in this county at that time, early back. And then they would come up here at later times and shoot the canvasbacks because they had no canvasbacks that part of the county.
They were the best eating, canvasbacks were the best eating, and therefore they commanded the best price. And so the market gunner liked them, but so did the sport gunner, because if he was going to eat what he was shooting, he wanted good eating, and the canvasback was going to provide that.
Lifelong goal to shoot a can on Chesapeake. I mean, this is Mecca for cans.
Right on.
Amazing.
Here's a ward made of balsa wood out of the life rafts after World War II. And he repainted this for me back in the 70s. Another guy, friend of Deacon's, there. That's what we shot one day. You see the geese, there's a rabbit and quail in there, and a hanging buck there. We shot it up the same morning. That system goes back there,
and you got a memory of
out there,
they'll put
and these
together
fish
a
congregate
fucking
that current.
I'm sure they.
And in summertime, you catch rockfish like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get something.
How far can you, when you're taking pictures of stuff way out there, can you pull it in?
Yeah, I was reaching out
Because you can't see anything that far away. They call them call ducks or something like that. People raise these ducks and different things. You know, they see it has a mallard tail on it. I don't know what exactly what it was, but Frank Schmidt shot it right back here.
Oh, he did shoot.
Yeah.
It's a dying shade.
He's a master carver.
Grayson made a living guiding and selling duck feed. He's definitely an old school guy.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was talking to him, he said, "Well," I said, "Well, I don't know. John's having that thing over 50 years of collecting. Well, I've had mine. I've done it for 60 years."
Yeah.
He said, "I don't really need to come." I went, "Yeah." That's the second time he called me. But yeah, this time. All right, well, a little better, but you got your limit in canvasback.
Oh, we had fun, man.
Awesome.
You know, when you get to our age, you start looking at hunting out by hummingbirds.
Yeah, I know, I understand.
You said that.
Yeah.
It totally changed my.
It's not how many we shot, it's some little instance that happened, whatever, somebody had a great shot or.
Yes, 100%.
Back in the market hunting days, these waters supplied half the ducks on eastern tables. Good men like Ding Darling and the old DuPont boys, who pushed for the Migratory Bird Treaty in 1918. That law put the brakes on the market hunters, closed seasons and bag limits, and slowly the flats started coming back.
Oh boy.
You look at a gun like this. We call these punt guns, punt being the name for a small paddle-powered boat. So it's literally a boat gun. It's a gun that's too big to put to your shoulder. When you're firing from a boat like this with the barrel nearly level, you're not shooting ducks or geese that are in the air. You're shooting them on the water. This wasn't about sport. This was about market hunting. This was about bringing as many birds to market as you could, typically in one shot.
Today's gunners are keepers of that flame, passing down the know-how to make sure the wild stays wild.
Yeah, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. I mean, you have to live and breathe this stuff and just be, you know, a diehard to doing this booting. It can get pretty, you know, brutal at times with the cold water, the snow, ice, but like today is ideal conditions to be out here doing it.
Ducks finally commit to your decoy spread and drop in low. The shot feels earned. No need for elaborate blinds or boats. Just you against the elements. It's a test of endurance and skill, separating casual hunters from experienced ones. Body booting is tough and physically demanding. Bring extra ammunition, hot coffee, and maybe a rope or help from shore. The flats don't go easy on anyone, but they reward those who push through.
Wow.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
So that was this year's Drake Surf. You saw the white belly? You can see the color in the bill? Yeah. Coming back. They really key in on that black. So Pit Boss, man, back in 1995, if you went online and used your real name, somebody's gonna come to your house and kill you, right? So everybody used screen names. Duckhunter.net, the refuge, nobody used a real name, right? So it's been the license plate on my truck since the early 90s, and that was the screen name, and it has nothing to do with sea duck hunting, really more of a goose hunting reference on the Upper Eastern Shore. So this is Pit Boss World Headquarters. So right from the get-go, PBHQ's been kind of the, well, it really was started off with a want. Ever since Karen's known me, I wanted to be able to keep the duck boat inside. And PBHQ houses the world's largest duck boat.
Golly, look at
that engine. But how big is that thing?
350. Welcome to Ocean City. It's a 32-foot Ocean, all aluminum. We've got a 350 Suzuki on the back. You check it out. It's got a duo prop on it. But yeah, this has kind of been the vision and the dream for a couple years, more than a couple years.
Don't make fun of my business now. I hate
So everything up top is my sort of my evolution of some Skoda decoys, where way back in the day I just shot over plastic. Pretty much basically they were carry light Eider decoys that were as big as I could find. They were inexpensive, spray paint them black, put some goop on them when they got shot, spray paint them black again, and through the evolution of it, and I did carve decoys then, but I didn't carve Skoda decoys. They are 6 or 8 inches thick, hollowed out. They got bottom boards on them.
The Delaware Bay mouth is to the north, Chesapeake Bay mouth in Virginia is to the south, and they're just kind of trading through.
And they worked really nice. I would go out there with 3 lines of 6, so 18 birds, and they decoyed great. All my sea ducks that I've carved have the intent to gun over them, you know?
Hang on. Hang on, okay?
There's a original Scoterzilla that has been gunned over. My carving style would be more of it's a flat bottom bird, a contemporary kind of bird. So if you can kind of see the one surf Skoda, that's actually a Harry Jobs. He would tell you that Captain Harry, that was from 2012. That was the only ones he ever made. So some of these, like the common Skoda, the surf Skoda, that was kind of like and that Skoda there, the cork Skoda, those were original ones that, that was from that first rig from, the early mid 2000s. This body is turned on a duplicating lathe. And this one happens to be hollow because I asked Pat to hollow them out because I wanted to try to make them a little bit lighter. A decoy is a tool, just like a boat, a gun, clothing, whatever you want to call it. A decoy to me is right in there with, it's a tool of our trade of what we need decoys to decoy ducks. And especially with the history of, I was born in Havre de Grace. Again, I don't carve that upper bay style bird or Havre de Grace style bird, but I mean, to me, it's something that's near and dear to my heart. And I definitely, my birds in the beginning were definitely very rough, but, and I try to improve each time now. When I make something new, I still try to improve what I'm doing. So Steve and Lem Ward, very prolific carvers from the Lower Eastern Shore. I don't know my Ward brother history as well as I should, but I would say maybe in the mid-30s they started carving.
I'm just an old has-been decoy. No ribbons I have won. My sides and head are full of shot from many a blazing gun. My home has been by the river, just drifting with the tide. No roof where I could hide for a shelter, no one place where I could abide. I've rocked to winter's wild fury, I've scorched in heat of the sun. I've drifted, 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 for tides never cease to run. I was picked up by some fool collector who put me up here on a shelf. But my place is out on the river, where I can drift all by myself. I want to go back to the shoreline, where flying clouds hang thick and low, and get the touch of the raindrops and the velvety touch of the snow. Written by Steve Ward. Maryland waterfowling isn't fancy. It's real, it's honest, and it's what keeps us grounded. So settle in, friend, and let's head out to the bay at first light. There's a hunt waiting, and a piece of history calling your name. This is Hunt 41, and this is American Waterfowl.